Hey, I'm Jesse with Canine Perspective, and today we're gonna go on a walk with Ajax here, who's a 4-week board and train. Today's day 4 or 5, and we're gonna take him on his first training walk. So this is the first time that we're taking the training, or at least the heel for this video, and applying it to the real world. And I'm going to real time explain to you how I end up finding his number and how quickly all this training works when you understand how to use remote collar correctly, okay? I'm gonna grab this big guy. All right. And I'm not gonna do anything to start, we're just gonna walk out. Oh. Jesus, he's excited. All right. So we're gonna try to do this uncut so we can see everything real time. Whoop. Bloopers and everything. Go ahead and lock up. There we go. All right, so we're gonna skip doing anything first. We're gonna go straight to the corner here. So right now I'm just using the prong collar to keep him under control so he's not all over the place. You can see he's a little bit of a nervy guy. Very jumpy, very excitable. We currently have him, or we will have him on the Dogs Black Edition. This is for a 70-pound dog and over, well, for a 70-pound dog and over, which as a Great Dane, he's definitely up there. I think he's like 90-ish pounds currently. I believe he's 9 months, so he's still a young pup despite his size. And what I want to do first before we get started is just give him a quick little potty break. So this way we don't have any real interruptions once we get started with the explanation. So you can see me doing a lot of work with the prong collar here, just to keep him. Oh, you split the pole, Nate. Just so I can walk him. All right, so I'm gonna go and give him a potty break. Excuse the mess. This is west side of Chicago here. Let's get this out the way. So for us, break is our release cue. All right, that means, you know, be a dog. So before we do anything, I'm gonna dip this down. We're at 38, haven't done anything with it yet. I'm gonna go down to 15 here, because I need to determine my working number. Tap, tap. So you can see him going to that sit position, so he's going into his training. Go to 20, tap. There we go, tap, tap, tap. 25, tap, tap, tap. A little bit more. 30, tap, tap, tap. There we go. We're gonna start at 30. So you can see here at 30, he was consistently giving me a little bit more responsiveness, whereas with earlier when I hit 20, there was like a kind of a big jump to down position. So I was like, oh, maybe it's there. But then the other taps he ignored. 25, didn't really care. Once I hit 30, we can see we're getting a little bit more of a bigger movement here, and this is what I would dub as his starting working number. Okay, now he's already had conditioning. Now we're taking the training, we're applying it to the real world. Inside the facility, that space we just walked through, 20, he's pretty good. So we can take from that, well, if he's 20 inside a building, then he's probably gonna be higher than 20 once we get outside the building. So we're gonna go ahead. And I think for you, Nate, it's probably easier on that side. Yeah? All right. So we're gonna go across the street. Not using my heel cue yet. Just cross before traffic comes. What are we thinking? Does this give you enough space?
You can go this way, 'cause I got the whole grass.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so now we're gonna get started. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give Ajax here some slack. For me, I want that bottom of the J to hang by the armpit, about right here, okay? So I want to have slack here. What most people tend to do is they choke up on the leash and it's constant tension. We don't want that. You can see he's a little spooky at the train. Tap, tap, good. But you can still see the E-collar kind of kicking in there, and then he repositions from there to here. So I can, for now, I can tell 30's doing a good job. So now I'm gonna go and cue in my word heel, heel, and now tap, tap. Ajax here, tap, 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 is expected to walk with me, okay? So whenever he passes, this would be considered passing, tap, tap. I'm simply just going the opposite way. I'm gonna bump it up to 35, tap, tap, because I can see 30 is not working, and we see him hop back into position, okay? So when we're doing this, whenever the dog passes, tap, tap, I'm simply going the opposite way, and I'm doing this just for the turn into the turn, for recording's sake, but technically speaking, I could just go the other way, tap, tap. But the moment I see the dog pass, I'm going to change directions. Currently at 35, 35. This has 127 tap, tap respective levels of correction or stimulation. So now I'm at 40, going up another 5 from 35. Good. So when walking in the heel, tap, tap, the dog's shoulder should be parallel to our left leg. Okay, that's our visual reference point. So here he's passing, tap, tap. I just turn, go the opposite way. Okay, I'm not saying heel again. I'm not giving any other cues. I'm not making kissy sounds or anything like that. I'm letting the remote do all the work for me. Here he's passing, tap, tap. I'm gonna bump it, 45. And again. But already doing much better. Like when we first got this guy, he was pulling all over the place. Now we just need to transfer all his training that he's done inside, outside, tap, tap. He's passing again, good. And I'm walking a slower pace to help him focus, tap, tap, tap. Because this is definitely a pace that he can do. He's just very distracted because this is his first time outside in a few days. There we go. He's starting to hang back a little bit. I can see from my peripheral that his head is a little bit further back from me. So he's going more into like a follower state here. Nose hits the ground. Yep, tap, tap. Good. And which I don't mind, but that already tells me I'm starting to lose his focus here. Still at 45. Good. Tap, tap, because I lost him, and I'm going to go this way, Nate. Good. But you can see how quickly the heel is working with the remote collar as we gradually go up, because we're trying to figure out what number is he going to be receptive to once we're out in the real world. Inside, like I said, 20, he's pretty good. Outside, 20 goes out the window. We end up going to 30 to start. Now I'm currently at 45. And now since hitting 45, we've already hit a little bit of a stretch without him getting ahead of me. So now, this starts to tell me I'm getting close. So once the conditioning, the foundation has been done, the dog knows what to do. It's just a matter of, is it important enough for the dog to do it? And we determine that, or achieve that with the number. Okay, e-collar should never feel like an argument, is what I tell everybody. But when we did condition the heel, there was a little bit of a temptation. I was low, getting that foundation down, make sure he understands it. And now that we're outside and he's had a few days of this, I know I can raise it. He's passing now, tap, tap. Good, and I'm gonna go this way. Because dogs learn very quickly when you're teaching in the way that they already understand, okay? The way I teach heel, the dog already understands the language. Because I like to say, As my mentor would say, this is like a bite on the button. I'm nipping and biting him, and I'm telling him what I don't want him to do, but then also referencing what I need him to do, which is to walk with me, and that's why those turnarounds are so important. So now we're going back, tap. The way we were originally, you see him get distracted, I gave a tap right back to the leg, okay? Leash is completely slack. This is all real time. This is how quickly e-collar can work when you understand how to use the tool, in my opinion, correctly. I get a lot of dogs that are e-collar trained, and we're gonna go further this time, Nate. We're gonna go tap, tap. Probably going to turn the corner here. Don't train dogs correctly on the e-collar, and I know this because I end up having to retrain them. And the biggest thing is that dogs don't understand how the language of e-collar works. They usually panic, they freak out, they don't know what to do. We're gonna continue moving, tap, tap, tap. Oh, we got some prey drive here, so this is good, tap. So you can tap, 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 tap. See I'm getting a little jumpy, tap, good. Now I continued walking because we had a truck coming this way, but ideally I would just stop and then let the dog do its thing and then correct them until they come back into position. But you can see it was about 5 or 6 taps, and I lock them back in again, and we'll probably see those pigeons on the way back. Passing here, tap, 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 good. Tap. Now we got the train coming. We know he was spooky of the train earlier. Tap. We're doing good. A little concerned, that's normal. We're right under the trains. But again, I have a completely tap, 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 tap. Slack leash here. Remote's doing all the work for me, okay? I'm gonna bump it a bit, we're gonna go to 50 now. Tap, good. Let's go back this way, Nate. Tap, tap, to bring it a little bit closer. We're gonna pass by the pigeons again. Tap, tap, tap. Good. Heel. Got a little spooked with the train, so this here, right? There it is. Tap, tap. Good. So as soon as that shoulder passes my left leg, just turning away, tapping on the collar. Currently at 50. When we started at 20. We're gonna pass by those squirrels again, or not those squirrels, those birds. All right. So you can see him already kind of looking. He's passing. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Good. You can see the alert. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. Let's go up 55. Good. So you can see the ears going forward and back. Okay. Starting to lose me here. Good. Tap, tap for the auto sit, good. Right, so you can see he's looking at the squirrel, not the squirrels, the pigeons here, but not like before where he just jumped at them. Heel. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Good. Okay. So now we know some stuff that we need to work on. One would be prey drive, but he did pretty good. You know, and then to think that, I'm at 55, this goes to 127 without tap, 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 tap. It would be very difficult to try to turn off that prey drive, okay? This lets us harness it, tap, 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 immediately, just through pressure and a good foundation of what the expectation is. So I wanted to make sure I filmed this to show, again, how quickly e-collar works when the dog has been conditioned correctly, when you know how to find the dog's appropriate working number for the context that you're in. We started at 20, went to 30. 30 felt like, okay, this looks like what he's responding to. 30 went to 55. Tap, tap. You saw him got spooked by something there. we still correct it. That gets a lot of people because they go, well, Jesse, the dog got scared. I go, I know they got scared, but it doesn't mean that they can do that. The more I allow him to do that, the more that becomes habit. The more I correct them for that and redirect them to what he's supposed to do, we'll start to see the things that would spook him will stop spooking him because he knows there's something worse, which is technically speaking the e-collar correction. So it helps the dog learn to hold. Good. Again, I'm always completely relaxed. Starting to lose him here. Tip, tip. Good. And that's why the relaxation is important, because again, it's allowing Ajax to make mistakes. Tip. So that I can correct them. We want the auto sit when I stop. Heel. Good. Guess you should have went at the crosswalk. And go this way, tap. Good. I'm going to shorten because we are going to cross the street. We got a car coming. All right, we're good. Heel. Good. Tap, tap. Now, ideally, I always want to turn away from the dog when they get out of position, but sometimes you just have to do a Band-Aid fix and then tap them and keep moving forward, but we just don't want to get in the habitat of that. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, tip. Good. So you look a little crazy in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it's just second nature. But otherwise, Ajax is doing really good on that first walk there. Now the next time I walk with him, tip, 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 I know I will be at least 55 based upon today. And his number is probably going to be a little bit higher than that. But you can see already from the start to now the improvement. Passing, tip, 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 tip. Good. Got a cop car coming. Good. And you can see his spookiness. Train's coming again. Tap, 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 tap. Tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap. Now I'm at 60. But again, I'm relaxed. Tap, 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 tap. Tap. Just working him through it. Good. Tap, tap, tap. We're getting close, so he knows he wants to get back. Good. Excellent. So very good first walk for Ajax here. Hope you guys learned something from watching this. I'm Jesse with Camp Perspective. Thanks for watching.